Get the latest on what's going on this earnings season, meets, beats, and more in Zacks Earnings Scorecard.
We're going to take a look at some recent IPOs and how they're faring in this second quarter earnings season with Eric Dutram. Eric heads up our surprise trader service here at Zacks, and you keep your finger on the pulse of all this stuff. Square is the first company?
Yeah, unfortunately, we haven't seen too many IPOs as of late, so we sort of got to cheat a little bit and reach back a tiny bit, a couple quarters for some of these guys. But Square is a very interesting company to look at. It's definitely been in the news a lot lately. It's one of those mobile payment processor companies. Not really a great outlook for this firm going into its report, though, much like a number of other companies in this space. If we look to the detailed estimates page for this stock, we can see that analysts are really starting to go against this company in terms of its earnings ESP. We can see a negative 27% for the earnings ESP for the current quarter. And then full year estimates have also come back, double-digit negative expectations for both these reports. And let's be honest, Square doesn't really have a good track record in its limited time on the market. It does have two misses, and those are its only two reports as a public company. So not a whole lot to like about this company. It does have a 3 for its Zacks rank and an F for a VGM score. So this is probably one to avoid until they can sort of right the ship at this firm.
All right, then there's Etsy, which is an online sales platform where crafters can sell their wares, and sellers of vintage merchandise can sell their stuff.
Yeah. And this has also had a very similar track record to Square. Shares have really been beaten down since the IPO. Investors seem to not really have cared for the whole model that you just described. So if we look to the chart, we can see that the company started out around $30 a share, but it fell back to this $5 range to start 2016. So not a very good outlook for Etsy, but we'll notice that the company did have an earnings beat, and earnings estimates really haven't fallen that much despite the big drop in share price. So this could be kind of a value pick for investors if they're willing to wait out some significant volatility and they have more of like a long-term outlook. The company does have a Zacks rank 3 and a C for its VGM score and a 0 earnings ESP. So this report might not be all that great, but given some of the fundamentals and the lack of downward trends in earnings estimates, it could be relatively solid for the long term.
All right, then Ferrari turned up on your radar.
Yes. RACE is the ticker here. Great ticker for this company. Usually it's just the ETFs that have the good tickers, but we're seeing that for a stock one. This reports before the bell on the 2nd, and this does have a Zacks rank 3 and a D for its VGM score. This company hasn't really seen too much movement in terms of its consensus estimate, as we can see on this chart right here. Pretty flat overall over the last 90 days, and the company has a mixed track record when it comes to the surprises, though it has beaten in the most recent quarter. So that's a promising sign, but this company is a little bit probably too new. We probably need a little bit more time for Ferrari before taking this out for a spin.
Yeah, a little bit more time. How old is that IPO?
It's only been around for 2 quarters, so it's less than a year.
That is relatively new then.
Yeah, that one does qualify, I guess, as a recent IPO, right?
I guess it does, yeah. Own either of these?
I do not.
All right. Check out more information on this Q2 earnings season and other earnings data on our website, Zacks.com. It's not only located on the home page, but it's located in other sections of the site too. So link to it all off the home page, though. With Eric, I'm Terry Ruffalo.